Mr. Cupcake was all dressed to go to Mr. Cookie's birthday party. He was wearing his best sprinkles. He picked up his coat and his keys, patted his dog Mrs. Cat on the head, and walked to the door. But wait! He had forgotten Mr. Cookie's present. He turned around and saw it on his coffee table, which was where he regularly drank his tea. He walked over to the gift. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
What is that noise?
Thought Mr. Cupcake.
Is there a walrus walloping walnuts in my house?
He scanned the room.
Huh?
There was a small platypus pacing the periphery, but no walrus walloping walnuts. He picked up the present, a book about the history of chocolate chips, which he knew Mr. Cookie would love, and walked back to the door. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Mr. Cupcake heard it again.
What could that be?
He thought.
Is it a camel chomping corn chips?
He looked all around the room. He saw a deer dancing on the dining room table, but no camel chomping chips. In a darkening mood, he walked to the light switch to turn off his lamp. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I just don't know what's making that sound,
he thought.
Is it a monkey munching a monk ball covered meatloaf?
He glanced into the kitchen. On the stove was indeed a monkey, but he was quietly mashing a mango, not munching a malt-balled meatloaf. Mr. Cupcake was getting a little freaked out. All this crunching was turning into a mystery and making him late for Mr. Cookie's party. He detected a small hysterical noise coming from his right armpit, which was a large clue that he was upset.
If I don't hurry, I'll miss out on the goofy games, goodie bags, and grape gelato,
he thought.
So I'm just going to pretend this crunching never happened.
He took 3 steps over to the mirror so he could check the straightness of his zigzag tie. Crunch, crunch, crunch. He looked at his reflection and with extreme exasperation yelled,
What is making that noise?
Then he noticed he wasn't wearing all the sprinkles he started out with. He looked down at the floor. It was sprinkled central.
Mr. Cupcake has the sprinkles,
said the platypus.
Eek!
Screamed Mr. Cupcake and ran into his bedroom. Crunch, crunch, crunching all the way. Being without sprinkles was like not having any clothes on. Mrs. Cat began to eat the sprinkles on the floor. One by one, the platypus, the deer, and the monkey joined her. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The sprinkles were delicious.